those that have been following my series here will realise I got all the timing covers on last week, and I went to put the injection pump on and show you where the gears lined up, but I hadn't ordered the Welsh plugs, had I? It is hard to get good help, but we're just going to do that now. So, pardon me, a little word about the Welsh plugs is we're fitting stainless steel Welsh plugs. We call them Welsh plugs. They're also known as freeze plugs, core plugs, I believe. And look, I've chosen, I always fit either brass or stainless steel. Just the natural life of the engine, if it hasn't had coolants in it, the normal steel ones that come in the engine standard, they often eat out. And so we replace them with this. We don't have a problem in Australia with engines freezing, like we haven't got a, well, I do run coolant all the time, antifreeze, anti-boil, a glycol based coolant I use, but we don't have the worry that you have in the colder climates with the expansion plugs. So first up is where the old ones have come out, a bit of sandpaper, make sure that's really clean and tidy. You need at least the thickness of the Welsh plug here of clear, nice clear metal with no pitting, no rust or anything like that on it. Now with Welsh plugs, these are the cup Welsh plugs, and they go in this way. The flat edge goes into the engine block there, and they have at this stage you can see the shiny part there, and at this stage the shiny part is what's going to seal, but the shiny part is ever so slightly wider than the bottom part. So when we fit these, we need to push on the outside surface, on the shiny part. Now, I've seen people, get a long socket and fit them like that. Well, two things can happen there. If the socket's a really tight fit, you get it in, then you can't get the socket out, so you've got to wiggle and jiggle and possibly take the tension off the Welsh plug. And the second thing is, by hitting in the centre here, you actually start to hit around inside there, so you start to dish it. And the deformation from dishing it takes the tension away from the outside area here. So you don't have to get very flash. All I've got here is, look, I went to the scrap from the lathe and I just found a little bit of round that's the right size for there. So I like to put a bit of Loctite 515 on them. This is the Bearco one. I'm always on about using this stuff. It's great stuff, R51. And if you've got a Bearco agent near you, buy that. It's good stuff and it's cheap. So look, all I choose to do with these is 4 in this little Perkins engine. I just run a swipe of 515 around the Welsh plug. Now, the benefit of using 515 is that if there's a tiny little bead or something inside there, it doesn't come loose like a Loctite would. And I'll just wipe that there for a minute. It doesn't come in and block your radiator later on. So we just sit that in the right place, push them in nice and square, and then we just get our punch. You hear the change in sound there. So that means that's fitted. We've got birds in the background and we have a frog in the background. We don't have the wind. The last couple of videos the sound's been terrible because of the wind and things like that. We don't have the wind, but we also do have a couple of new pieces of gear to give us a better sound quality on the way, but they didn't make it for this weekend's filming. So we'll just solder on. We're taking a couple of bites for sound, so we're going to see which one's the best. Clean up in there. Push him in nice and even. There you go, 2 done. There's another one in the back of the engine here, which I'll probably do now. And the one over the other side I probably won't film, it's just getting all set up so there's a bit of light so you can see what we're doing again. Poke him in there. Yep, that's lovely. Now I may be able to roll him over and show you this other one. Right, there's the hole there that I've already cleaned. Oh, you can just see that. I'll bring this camera down a little bit. This camera here is good. And rinse and repeat. It doesn't matter what size Welsh plugs you're fitting, the basic idea is the same. Beautiful. We've got a bit of a mess sitting up there. So one of the benefits of aviation cement is just a little bit of petrol and off it comes. Before the engine gets painted, it gets all degreased and tidied up. Now you'll see the little bit of sump gasket just sitting out there. I don't like that, so I always trim the gaskets. There's a couple of reasons. Once you go to paint the engine, if the gasket sticks out too far and you paint it, it will take the paint all right, but if there's going to be anywhere where the paint doesn't want to stick, it's that little bit of gasket that sticks out. So by cleaning it up like this, I do this to any part of the tractor, like final drives or gearboxes. It leaves you a nice surface. So. A little bit more petrol. Just while it's on a nice angle, really. Okay, and that'll dry out nicely. A bit of moories down the side there. I don't know, I can't do an engine up without making a bit of a mess. Okay, so that's how to fit the Welsh plugs. I'll roll the engine back over and I'll continue with putting the injection pump on, and we'll just check those timing gears once more.